Is Fortnite really dying?
Let's try to fix that. All we need is some clay, a glove and some wire, because we are creating the Bug Queen from Fortnite Battle Royale.
We are currently in Chapter 6, Season 4 in Fortnite Battle Royale, and so many other YouTubers are complaining that Fortnite is dead. Why do they think so? Well, there are some reasons for that. First of all, less players, more bots, and the storyline is broken. It all feels like it's falling apart. What we try to do with this video is glue it all back together and giving Fortnite Battle Royale some love by creating this beautiful Bug Queen and bringing her to life. I honestly think that there is still so much soul in Fortnite Battle Royale, although players are not playing it so much anymore. In the good old Fortnite days, when the hype was really big, the storyline felt simple to understand. Today it feels messy and harder to follow, especially when you took a break for a few weeks. There are so many modes and crossovers that the focus is split. I miss having one clear goal each season. Let's talk about the creation. I'm adding beautiful tiny details with the eye making tool. This is the scrapping tool, and we will also use the clay shaper.
I will link my tools down in the description. You get a 25% discount through September.
I've created this wooden finger coated with aluminum foil, and now getting the clay in. Segment for segment, we are creating this unique look of the Bug Queen. In this video, we bring that feeling back with one main quest: find and face the Hive Queen. When the goal is clear, Battle Royale feels alive again. At least for me. You may hear it in my voice, I have a cold for the past week, and it really sucks. But on the other hand, I'm creating and I'm doing the video because I still love Fortnite. I love the character design, which they are still coming up with. When I saw the Bug Queen, I knew that I wanted to create her sitting on top of my finger with these different segments. We're now adding some thorns to each segment to give it a more dangerous look. Characters used to be very unique in Fortnite, but so is also the Bug Queen unique. After spending now some time crafting her, I liked the character design and concept because she looks different and moves with purpose. She feels like a real boss again, not just a skin. And for me, this kind of character design brings back tension and story. In pink clay, we are creating the attachments for the claws and arms. And besides the mouth, these will be the body parts which will be movable and bring this boss to life. Now that we have created the last pink details with a scrapping tool, the last part is the head before we can put the character into the oven for the first time, oven hardening. We've got these thorns all over the body. They are in overlapping segments to protect the body and organs. And with these black clay worms underneath, it's easier to create the shape of the head. To get in some skin texture, I'm using just this tiny piece of aluminum wire. The eyes are the most difficult part of this creation because this is where you can screw it up. The Bug Queen has this type of beak in the middle. And now let's put her into the oven. And while I am working on the queen, Crystal is working on a POI. Maybe you can guess which location will be coming next week on the channel. If you have a clue, leave it down in the comments. And we are continuing working on the Bug Queen. Now getting in this dirty pink. The eyes have this pink outline. And while the eyes itself are red, it creates this organic look of this whole character. The eye making tool has its name for a reason. We can now prepare these tiny black pieces for the red eyeballs and stick them in. Later, after oven hardening, we will paint them slightly white or just give them a white reflex, so to make them really vivid and bring the character alive. The color of the teeth is a mixture of gray, stormy gray, plus some black to make it a little bit more dirty. No, I don't want to cut off the head. We just made some space for the hinge, the joint for the lower jaw. And it's important to sculpt it the way that it matches the upper jaw and the teeth are grabbing into each other. And with each tooth, it looks more terrifying. I wanted to come back to what I said earlier. Many YouTubers are complaining about Fortnite. Well, it's changing a lot. It's changing from a game to a platform with many modes and creator maps inside it. And that is great for the future. But it also splits the players and the community a lot. Battle Royale can still win if it gives us strong moments and simple quests and an awesome storyline. If this is not too much to ask. The arms of the Bug Queen look a little bit like the arms of a praying mantis with sharp blades as hands. At the tip of each blade we've got some turquoise. And now, after oven hardening, the moment has come. The moment of truth and assemble. As we also want to make the arms movable, I am using these tiny screws as our joints, and then, well, I will come up with an idea how to fix them to the glove itself, that it looks like as if he is moving those claws. To get an idea of the spacing and the mechanism, I'm from now on only wearing my glove, and we can remove the wooden stick from inside the filling. Wow, feels like cracking open a lobster. And this is the part I was looking forward to the most. We're reassembling the Bug Queen part for part. As I have 3 joints in my index finger, I also want to create these different segments in a way that all my joints are working properly on this puppet. Honestly, I can tell you it's not the greatest feeling to put hot glue sauce onto the glove when my finger is underneath. But the isolation is sufficient and I only feel a warm tickling. I think the easiest way is just to glue the claws onto the glove, but what about the mouth mechanism? I decided, or at least try, to use 2 screws, one in the lower jaw and one in one body element. And then we will get a wire in between those 2 screws, and hopefully it works as a lever. So the idea is, once the finger is stretched, the mouth goes open, and once it is crooked, the mouth closes. Now with super glue we can now bring the claws into position by just simply gluing them onto the glove. And this is the part where the assembling is officially finished and we switch over to decoration. This is red acrylic paint because the Bug Queen has those red lines in between the segments, which only can be seen when she is stretching. And as mentioned before, I also want to bring in a little bit of white paint as a light reflex for the eyes. And now with a transparent polish, the mouth looks so slimy. When I attached the pink clay onto the black clay, we got some really harsh edges. And with this grayish coloring pen, we can smoothen out this hard edge by little. And guys, I can't believe it! That's it! The Bug Queen from Fortnite in Chapter 4! I really hope you enjoyed today's project. As mentioned before, with this video I wanted to give back some love to this awesome game we've been loving for years. Thank you, Fortnite.